As we get started, Dr. Martinez and I both want to just take just a couple of minutes to introduce ourselves so that you've got some sense of who we are as we gather for this learning community that we're really looking forward to creating. So my name is Michael Wilson. I teach both developing leaders and also Presbyterian polity for Lancaster Theological Seminary. So if you are Presbyterian, you will also have the opportunity to work together in that class. Dr. Martinez and I are really honored and really glad to be a part of the adjunct faculty, although we're part of kind of the core adjunct faculty since this is a required class. We communicate regularly with the rest of the faculty and we feel very much a part of the institution. I serve as the stated clerk of the Presbytery of Donegal. The Presbytery of Donegal is all of the Presbyterian Church USA churches in York, Lancaster, and Chester County, Pennsylvania, plus one church in Harford County, Maryland. There are other Presbyterian churches in Harford County, Maryland, but just one of those is part of the Presbytery of Donegal. There's about 12,000 Presbyterians in this presbytery, 53 or so congregations, new worshiping communities, and fellowships. And my role in the presbytery is to assist congregations as they are planning ministry and mission. I help when there are pastoral searches. I also show up when there are challenges in congregations, whether those are personnel challenges or mission challenges. I support our pastors and spend a fair amount of my time mentoring and learning alongside of the pastors of this presbytery. We have congregations that range from about 24 members and 15 or so in worship up to 2,000 members with over 1,000 in worship. And we have urban, rural, and suburban congregations. It really does run the gamut, and it's a great privilege to serve in that role. I've been the stated clerk for 4.5 years. Prior to that, I spent 15 years as the pastor of the Chestnut Level Presbyterian Church, which is a church in southern Lancaster County, founded in 1711. The sanctuary where they worship was built either in 1765 or in 1775 and then left unroofed during the Revolutionary War. While I was there, we were able to expand ministry and do some building, and it was a wonderful and 15 years that I was there. Before that, I was 4.5 years as an associate pastor outside of Atlanta, Georgia. So I've served in different parts of the country and in different ministry settings, and now serve in this kind of presbytery setting or mid-council setting and serve a number of congregations. I also serve nationally as the treasurer for the Association of Mid-Council Leaders and often serve at our General Assembly as a floor parliamentarian. So I've got some contact with the National Presbyterian Church and with the Reformed Church. I have a Doctor of Ministry in Missional Leadership, where I learned as much as I could about ways to lead in the rapidly changing, discontinuous environment where we find ourselves. And I'm presently a PhD student at the Vrije Universiteit in Amsterdam, the Netherlands, where I'm doing work on the history of Reformed decision-making with an eye towards how our style of decision-making becomes generative and creative and also continues to seek to be faithful to the God who forms us as a church. So that's a little bit about what I do professionally. I also serve as the book editor for the Journal for Religious Leadership, and I'll show you those resources because I think there's some really good resources there for us as we learn together about what it means to be leaders. On the more personal side, I grew up in northern Harford County, Maryland, in a rural setting. I come from a family that is not that long off of kind of being a farming family, and so have some rural poverty and also more rural roots for me. And went to college and then seminary, and then have worked on these graduate degrees and feel really honored and privileged to be able to continue that in my own life. I'm married. My wife is a college administrator. We've got 3 kids. 2 of them are in college and 1 in high school. And we've got a dog, Brahm, who takes a lot of our time. I love hiking and I love being outside. And I am passionate about helping people become who God means them to be, and look forward to engaging that and exploring that and getting to know each of you better in this class.